You're boss at Recruitment and you're going alone. You've got your LinkedIn account and your mobile phone. You've got the candidates playing hard to get, whether they'll call you next week or a no, not yet. So much time of going to and fro. You got another offer or salary's too low. Hours of searching and hours of stress. Come on candidates, just gig it a rest.
And we're back.
Yeah, nice.
How the legs feeling?
Yeah, all right. They're actually quite sore this week, to be fair. In general, they are. I did a big leg session. But yeah, they're all right, mate. Thank you. Did you accomplish your mission?
Of?
The naked man.
Oh yeah, yeah, I did, mate.
That was what you said you were going to do.
Yeah,
last week.
yeah, it works. Yeah, I'd highly recommend it. Yeah.
Can you give any more?
No questions asked.
Pardon?
No questions asked.
No questions asked.
Yeah.
Ah.
No, as in you can ask questions, but like there were no questions asked. It was out the room, in the room, the business.
What Catan, the board games came out.
Yeah, what else?
She went and got the deck of cards and that was it.
Yeah.
No questions. What time of day was it?
Evening.
After dinner, before dinner?
After dinner.
Not during dinner.
Yeah, no,
I did not
opt for during dinner.
The chipolatas and mash. Didn't that? Sorry, I didn't listen to your answer.
Little after dinner.
After dinner number.
Little after dinner number.
How did you decide when the right time was?
Mid washing up.
When the suds were flying.
Yeah.
So for anyone that didn't listen to last week's episode, just as very quickly, the naked man is something from How I Met Your Mother, where they basically say when the female leaves the room, don't know why I've gone with female, you get completely starkers.
Well, it could be partner.
They come back and true. It doesn't have to be the female. And mission accomplished. I gave it a go as well. Mine wasn't as smooth as yours.
Right. What happened?
Well, she'd been.
Yeah, at least go.
What?
Go on.
It was successful, I would say, but it wasn't no questions asked.
So does that mean in my household it's just a bit normal, like as in Lucy obviously think I'm a bit weird and go, yeah, that's fair enough.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe.
When you did it was this isn't normal.
No, so she'd been to her dad's for Chinese, so I thought perfect time. You've just smashed
What?
a chicken chow mein. You just smashed a chicken chow mein, and then you come back and I thought this is the naked man time. So she's walked in and the first thing she said was, "Oh, is this the naked man?" Because obviously
So you're just in the hallway, just waiting there.
This was afterwards. Yeah.
As in she opened the door and you were just
naked.
In the hallway.
But she had Chinese. She was like, "I brought you back Chinese."
What did she say when she came in? Did someone say Chinese?
So we had to navigate the Chinese first. So I was naked while she sorted out the spare Chinese.
Oh no, I've got an image of you in the hallway, like leaning up against the wall, naked.
And she comes in with a handful of chow mein.
That would be funny. And then instead you just sat there and ate Chinese. Oh yeah, cheers, mate.
You might as well eat that, yeah. She was like, "It's going to go cold. Do you want it now?" So, yeah. Do you know if my brother tried it?
I don't know. No, I've not spoken to him.
We should try and egg my brother on. Because they say it works 2 out of 3 times. So, if we've been successful...
Technically, it won't work.
For Sam.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Then we could call him on the pod and be like, "Right, mate, verdict."
Well, do you know what? He obviously put it in the chat, didn't he? Because he'd listened to the episode and then he said, "Have you tried it?" And then when I seen that in the chat, I was like, "Oh, I should try it now." So that's what spurred me on to.
But then, so it was delayed to Sherd to listen to it.
Sherd to listen to the pod, so it wasn't as.
That's funny.
So probably mine was a sympathy vote, I reckon.
Go on then.
She probably knew. That,
yeah.
Whereas you got no questions asked, she was like, although she could have stitched me up massively.
You could have been yeah.
She could have said, "I'm going to leave him." Leave him with his knob out, so he has to go back on the pod. But yeah. Oh well, congratulations, mate. I'm pleased
Cheers,
for
mate.
you. I'm glad that it worked. Will you do it again? Do you think it'll be a common, or do you think it's a one-off wonder?
Yeah, I think I'll throw it in there. I think someone's just knocked on the door.
All right. Early pause. No.
I definitely heard a knock.
False alarm.
Apologies.
Yes, legs are good, thank you, mate. Did you have a good time? Did you enjoy yourself?
Cycling.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
You love it, didn't you?
I did. Yeah. It was a lot. Yeah, long. I was pretty knackered after.
Mate, you carried.
So
the
we
boats
did.
again.
We did. For those of you who aren't aware, we did a 200. I think it was like 230-kilometer cycle.
Yeah, 145 miles ish, I think.
Yeah. By the end of it, Tour de Ricky. It was good.
Yeah, it was hard.
Toughest bit.
Toughest bit was probably that my ego took a battering because I just sat behind you two all day.
Oh,
That's
right.
probably the toughest bit.
Well, that's a good point. We made a friend.
Yeah, we did
So
make
it was about
friends,
100, 200 people doing the cycle.
Would you say?
I reckon maybe.
Good vibes as well. Met your fella from. He was a character actually.
Ian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was friendly.
He was
Straight away he
funny.
came over, didn't he? Like
Yeah.
and started chatting. They were all in.
One of
You
the
had your.
One. Yeah. And I was in my Burko kit,
You was in your Burko kit. What colour is it?
blue and yellow.
I've already forgotten what it looks
It's
like.
like blue with a yellow
Oh,
strip
yeah,
and then
yeah,
yellow
yeah,
little
yeah,
sleeves.
But then there was obviously in the corner as soon as we walked in, there was a little collection of Burko.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
And
you met some of them.
and they came over. They were super friendly though. Like
They're nice. Yeah.
exactly.
They're not my they're not like like my group that I cycle with, but they're nice. I've cycled with them both.
Mm.
They're both. All of them that were there. Which was good. But then we made a friend, didn't we? Jamie
early doors. Yeah. See, that's the thing, right? I noticed that he was sitting on the back of us, and cyclists can get funny about that. Like cyclists can get funny when someone's like sitting on their back wheel, and there's that awkward dance of like, is this acceptable? And I don't get that because I'm just like, well, you're going to be doing the effort anyway. I don't get why people get frustrated.
Yeah, I don't.
If it's not a proper race situation, like I can understand it in the Tour.
If it's a race.
If it's in the Tour de France and there's two of you and one's just sitting behind, and
Yeah.
he's not willing to pull, then obviously he's going to get an advantage. I get that, but when you're just doing like a local thing, I don't get why people get snotty about it. So I knew he was on our back wheel, and I was like, I'll make a conscious effort to be like, hey mate,
Yeah.
how are you?
When it's not
Got a chat.
acceptable,
Oh, here we go.
which is why
Here we go.
this
Here we go.
gets people get funny, is if he were to like hitch a ride
Yeah,
for 10 miles
yeah,
and then just go, actually, I'm done, and just do one
yeah.
and cycle past it, that's not acceptable.
But still, we'd have been doing that effort anyway. Do you know what I mean? We would have still been doing that.
Yeah, true.
Like, that's what.
But
gets
like
me.
if he was just building up that energy and then just like fucked off,
Yeah.
it's like, you could have given us a little bit of a
Oh, I see. He could have helped us a little.
Yeah,
bit. Yeah,
that's-
which he
that's-
did.
that's
I mean,
my
he,
point.
well, he pulled around. More
well,
than me.
but he didn't do that. He actually just did the whole ride with us. We had lunch with him, like.
Yeah,
We
he
stopped
sat
at the
with us.
shop and like traded
yeah.
water and like he gave me a Powerade.
Nice, yeah. No, he was a nice chap, and he was doing it on his own. Like, would you do an event like that on your own?
Yeah,
Would you?
yeah. I don't know why I wouldn't. Why
Right.
would you not?
No, I just it's a big day out on your own, isn't it?
You done it.
Well, I suppose.
I did it to Bournemouth.
That's because I was training.
Mm.
That's because I was training. For
It is quite tedious when you do it on your own.
Yeah, definitely hard.
At least in an event, you'd be able to like in that scenario, he like went round with us. But yeah, do it on your own. Like that was
Yeah,
the hardest
sure.
thing about when I cycled to Bournemouth. It was just tedious.
Yeah,
Like I felt fine, just eating and like zoning out. And
Yeah.
just-
getting it done.
Mm.
Yeah, I did when I did the one on my own. I didn't have any like headphones or anything. I literally.
Yeah, I
just,
know.
I
See, I took some. I was actually calling people when I was going down there.
Was ya? Yeah, just
Catching
chat.
up with them.
just
How you
chat some.
doing? Can you hear me?
Yeah, but no, he was a good lad, Jamie. I liked him. He was decent. He was decent as well. Thoughts on the medal?
Well, it wasn't a medal, was it?
What?
It was a badge.
Or would you call it a badge?
It's like well, yeah, I call it a badge, but it's like the swimming, like your swimming badges you used to get. The
Yeah.
Frosties level 2 swimming badge you used to get.
it's the kind
Everyone
of
used to
thing.
put it on their towel, or
Trunks.
no one put it on their trunk.
I used to have mine stitched into my trunks.
Did
you not?
No.
I'm sure I used to have mine stitched into my trunks.
No, so I used
One
to
on each arse cheek, 25 metre,
So-
50 metre.
No, you didn't. Your mum stitched you up.
I'm sure I used to have them stitched on my trunks.
Everyone used to put them on their towel.
Did they? They
But
used
the material of trunks, you wouldn't be able to stitch on that, surely.
I've got an image in my
Your
head.
trunks wouldn't last long. But think how often you're changing your trunks and how often you change your towel.
Yeah.
Or do you still wear the same trunks?
Yeah. I've had those since year 6. They've always done me a solid, those. I've never had to replace them.
I know what the knocking was. It's someone doing building work.
Ah, there you
That's
go.
what it is.
Someone outside.
The other thing that we used to do, I used to swim. We used to wear, I used to race.
Yeah.
On the pool
Used
side,
to
you
be-
used to have
quite good.
like a netted, I don't know what they call it. They call it a tea bag.
Right.
Tea bag?
Onion bag. Is it
Onion-
onion bag that you keep your onions in?
No.
Like an onion bag.
I sure used to call it a tea. I don't know. I don't know.
I call it an onion bag.
It's like
I know
a
exactly
meshy,
the thing.
a meshy shirt.
Yeah.
We used to sew like those badges on that. So you used to walk around the poolside like.
What, with your Frosties badge on?
No. These were. I don't know what they were. I don't know what the badges were. Distance badges, maybe, or something.
Right,
I don't
okay.
know.
So these were a level, because I never graduated past the Frosties.
These were like little. These were like little strips, or unless they were like medals, maybe.
Right.
Maybe they were almost like when you got a medal, you used to get your little badge.
Yeah.
So I just had loads of golds. Like, gone.
Right,
I'm
yeah.
joking.
Yeah, you swam for ages though, didn't you? You did swim for ages.
I don't know when I stopped, but probably got 14.
It is
Do you know what? Do you know why I stopped?
Go on, because you got shit.
Is I just got to the age where I'd stand on the starting blocks and I'd look left and right, and everyone was 6 foot and I was still like 5 foot.
You were tiny.
So you'd dive off and I'd look in the water. I could see that even on the dive,
Yeah.
I was like a bit pointless.
So you
So
gave in. That's my
Yeah.
life, mate.
really,
Bit
yeah,
pointless. No, but that is my life. Think
yeah,
about it. Like if I'm 5'6". If I'm competing against someone that's 6 foot,
yeah, true,
That's-
true. But at the top, I still don't have a beard, but like they look like men,
Yeah.
and I look like a little kid
Yeah.
still, basically.
oh,
That was the problem.
a little baby-faced
So-
child.
Yeah,
So you thought that's it, throwing in the towel.
yeah, and I was like, it's just going up and down.
Fair.
All I'm doing is swimming up and down all the time. So
I've never
I
been.
thought I'd head to the open roads.
What, cycling?
Yeah.
You didn't move straight into
No.
cycling.
I bought my bike in 2013.
That's weird that you know that.
Well, I know exactly what model the bike is.
Right, fine. I've never been. Yeah,
My old bike.
water. I'm not good with water. That's my weakness. Water.
No.
If I was one of the Pokemon, I wouldn't be water Pokemon. Whereas you.
Well, we spoke about this. If we did
What, we spoke about Pokemon.
if we did a work triathlon, you wouldn't be the swimmer.
100% no. It would have to be you or Samwise, and it probably would be you. I reckon you'd swim, I'd cycle, Samwise would run. In the current state of affairs, I reckon
Yeah. Although we've never seen Samwise swim, so
he might be rapid. Drop him in, and he's like. But yeah, it is disappointing though when you sat on a bike for 9 hours, and then you get to the end and you're like,
yeah.
little something to stick.
Oh
on.
yeah, it's not. It's something. Yeah, I would have liked a medal.
But I suppose it was a cheap event as well, so you can't knock it. You can't knock it.
Yeah.
It's a cheap event. But good day out. Do you think we need to do another one? Do you know the one that I really want to do that I actually think
Chase the sun.
scares me? That one.
It does scare me.
That one will be a proper day out.
Well, next year should we do it?
That one will be fucking huge though.
Let's do it next year.
So what did we do? We did 220 Ks, and what would this be?
300. So that's 145 miles. This is 200 and I think it's 206 miles. That is. If we do it next year, by then you might be able to tow me a little bit.
Fuck, man. Can you imagine if you towed me 206 miles? Jesus. We'll text Jamie, see if he's up for it.
Yeah, I bet he would.
Yeah, you've got him now, and you're on Strava.
Yeah, that's jokes.
Should we actually message him? Message him next, say, like, fancy it next year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's logistically annoying.
But you could.
We just need someone to give us a lift.
Can't you do
to
the
start.
event?
Yeah. We just got to get to the start, book accommodation, and then.
Yeah, because that one.
But you don't like. What do you do with? What do you like? Do with the stuff that's? Oh, I guess they'll take it. It's an organised event, isn't it? They'll take your stuff to the finish line.
You hope so.
Mm-hmm. Idiot. Yeah.
Be a bit shit if they didn't.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, I think.
And then you just need to get a lift back from Bristol.
Because we were talking about doing it on our own, and I think that would be tough. I think doing the organised event is
no, you were like, yeah, we'll
key.
be all right. And then in my head, I'm like, yeah, but I'll have to like try and orchestrate all of it. You'll just turn up and go, right, I'm ready. I'm like, right, we need to do this, stop this, stop this.
Yeah, true. So yeah, that's one for next year. Good, that was good. It is good to have them in the diary as well, because I find that when I put them in, I then train harder.
Yeah, nice.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
all right. Well,
I've done loads of big cycles
diary,
that I probably wouldn't have done.
I'll put a
if I
diary
didn't have
reminder of when that event comes out.
that. Yeah. Also,
Yeah.
I've got to
I
meet.
might do a marathon next year as well.
Oh, really? Which one are you
Okay.
thinking?
Don't know. Lucy was trying to get me to do the Seville one because she wants to go to Seville, but
I mean,
I've been to Seville.
She sussed you out there.
I know.
She's eyeing out where she wants to go.
I know.
You'll text
I said
me,
I said anywhere, but it just can't be a hilly one because Madrid was hilly.
You'll text me next year, being like, "Oh yeah, I'm doing the Disneyland Florida marathon."
yeah.
I'll be like, she's done, yeah. If you do that, my mum would want to do it. My mum's always wanted to do it. She calls it the Mickey Marathon.
Right.
I don't know if that's what it's called. It would
Yeah,
make sense if it
yeah,
was,
yeah.
but mum's always wanted to do the Mickey Marathon. So if you do, I think you get to run around with Mickey ears on, mate. You'd look cute with a pair of Mickey ears on.
Don't need them. Just move these up a bit.
Yeah,
That's funny.
yeah. Lucy Sasha, she's like, I need to do my holiday plans based on where Andy can do a marathon, and then she gets to go where she wants.
Yeah.
Very clever.
It's funny.
Yeah,
But no, it was good. It was a good cycle. It cracked me up at the like 10 miles to 40 miles.
Oh,
distance.
you were pulling a train of
Because
people.
as we were overtaking loads of people, they were obviously then just jumping on the back.
Yeah,
And then you were like, oh, we've got a bit of a shelf train going on. I looked back and there was like
Shelf train.
loads of people following.
Yeah, it was like it was
Which
a
is
big,
funny.
it was a big it was a big load of people that you were dragging, and there was one geezer. What about the older geezer? He must have been in his 60s or something.
Yeah,
he
yeah.
was fun. He
In
was a
the
fucking
wine
animal.
green.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was an animal. Like he was pulling the front, wasn't he? And then he just pulled off, and then Jamie was like, "Oh, we'll put in an effort to try and catch him." Nope.
Yeah,
He
no.
just kicked on again, and he was gone. It's incredible, isn't it? I don't know how people get that good. But also got to meet the old, got to meet the parents, didn't I?
Oh yeah. Do you know what I was going to say about your?
Why'd you touch me? Why'd you touch me then?
I was going to say about your good work with Jamie's puncture
Oh, fuck.
because I thought it was so funny.
I complained. Do you know what? I actually forgot about that.
Erase it from your memory.
Yeah, I genuinely had forgotten about that.
Should I tell it?
It was up to you, yeah.
So we were what 100 miles in, over 100 miles in at this point.
yeah,
Jamie gets a puncture.
Yeah, over 100.
And then Jamie's going, lads, go on without me. We're like, no, like, you know, you've done stints at the front. Like, we're doing this together now. Like, we'll wait. I'll help you.
Yeah.
So I gave him a hand. We were like, Luke, hold the bike while we take the front wheel off because
I'm
you
not
can't
known
fuck that
for bike repair. Bike repair is not my forte.
up. No. So we were like, yeah, hold the bike. And then we were like, yeah, he can't fuck that up, so we'll be fine.
Put me in
I
the
helped
corner.
Jamie do the tyre, used like one of my gas canisters and like fixed that, sorted it.
Pumped it back up.
Went to put the bike back in, which is disc brakes, and it's hard to explain without learning what
You'll
about
get there.
bike stuff. But
You basically
Jamie
got
goes
two
to
pads
Jamie goes to put the wheel back in
between the pads of the disc brake.
in between the pads of the disc brake,
People understand that, I'm sure.
and he goes, "It looks like someone squeezed the brake." I look at Luke and go, "I think Luke's definitely squeezed the brake." He had one job and he fucked out. Basically, he squeezed the pads so they're completely tight together.
Mm.
So then you can't get the wheel back in. But
Yeah, it was one of those where like I obviously didn't realise. So I've got the bike, and the reason I've squeezed the brake is because I've got it on its back wheel.
yeah, I know. I can
So-
picture you doing it.
So
You're like,
I've got it on its back wheel.
just talking, do that.
Yeah. So I've squeezed it, so the back wheel doesn't run. So I've got it, but I've obviously squeezed both brakes. And then like Jamie was trying to put the tyre on, and then he said that. Yeah, he was like, "Oh, it's like someone's squeezed," and I was like, "Uh oh."
The thing is, you looked at me as if like, can I get away with this?
Did I?
You went, and then I was like, that'll definitely be Luke. And you went, I think I might have done that. Yeah, very good.
Yeah. So me helping out actually slowed us down by another 10-15 minutes, but luckily
Yeah.
we got it back together.
Yeah.
Got on the road,
Yeah.
which was
Bit
fine.
of teamwork, but arguably he might have been better without us.
He'd have done it.
fixing that.
Although, the one thing he did say is he didn't have the canister, so he wouldn't have been able to pump his tyre.
No, and he wouldn't got to the pressure it got back up to. That's why they're good. But yeah,
So
and then
there
you
you
were saying you met.
Got to meet the parents.
You went sleeing.
I did, yeah. So for context, Andy's girlfriend Lucy, her last name is, I say Ilsley, but it's not. That's not how you pronounce it.
Ilsley.
Ilsley. Slee. Ilsley.
Ilsley, yeah.
So we say the
Will he?
slees. Huh?
Will he?
You sleep, I sleep, we all sleep for.
Ilsley.
Oh dear. So
silly.
so we say that her family Schlee as a. I don't know what Schlee. How would you do? What is Schleeing though? Schleeing's just getting shit done, I suppose, isn't it?
I don't know. I've never even thought about it.
Yeah,
mate.
well, it's hard to describe to someone, isn't it? If you say, well, it's weird because we're trying to talk to people about Schleeing because we say her family Schlee.
Yeah.
What is Schleeing?
There's a question for you.
Yeah, it's just.
What's
I
Schleeing?
think it's just getting out and getting shit done ultimately, or being busy maybe. Schleeing, they're just being busy, isn't they? Busy bozzies.
I don't know if that's a nice thing to say though.
What, being busy?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, not as in like knobhead busy.
You've met him once and now you're slagging him off.
No,
That's
I'm not
pretty,
slagging him off. I met her dad for all of 5 minutes and he was giving me sarcastic comments.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, if this is how we're going to start, fella. Jesus. Comes out, right, bearing in mind, he's full golf clobber, right? Like, he's got all his trimmings on. And I asked him, like, do you play golf or something, didn't I? Or do you enjoy golf? And he was like, nah, not really. I just wear this around the house. I was
Yeah,
like,
that was it. You were like, have you been playing golf?
Yeah. I was just trying to be polite. I thought Geezer's dressed as a golfer.
He's made you look alright, Mark.
Start a conversation. I was like, I've been playing golf today. No, he's like, no, I just wear this around the house for a laugh. I was like, okay. But yeah, got to meet him. It's always funny, isn't it, when you get to meet someone's parents? Yeah. It's always funny. Like like straight away I'd understand. I'm like, that's why she's a wrong 'un. Like, you can just tell. You just know, you know. It makes sense now. But no, they're very friendly. The dog is fantastic. What's he called?
Sid.
Sid is solid.
Sid the sloth.
Sid is very
He's a little
good.
Frenchie.
Yeah, he was good. Sid was good. Do you know what, right? I love dogs that, like, they just love a ball.
Yeah, I know.
And Sid is one of those dogs, right? And I just love how, like, you just go, his life is so simple that ball is just, like, means the world to him.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? It just means everything to him. And I just love that. I get so much, like, what's the word? Like, I don't know.
Enjoyment? Or
yeah,
happiness?
but like secondhand enjoyment. Like, I live
Right.
vicariously through dogs that just, like, love a ball.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I can get after that.
Yeah.
And they just keep going for it. So he was pretty good. But I also felt bad. Like, you turn up, we're in our cycling clubber, we stink. Do you know what I mean? It's like, oh, nice to meet you.
And you felt bad because of that? Or?
Yeah, well, yeah, nice to meet you. I smell like shit. Don't come near me. I'm gonna make all your garden furniture sweaty and disgusting.
They're all right. They're fine. I think that they like it. Karen likes it.
Karen's nice, yeah. Well, they were both nice.
Yeah.
They were both very nice. So yeah, got to meet the parents. That's big for me.
That is funny. You're the first person.
Yeah. Is my bike here?
Yes.
Because I obviously left my bike.
Oh yeah, take that with you.
Yeah.
It's nice and clean.
Is it? You
As
cleaned
can-
it?
Of course I've cleaned it, mate.
Oh, bless you. Did it need cleaning? I've been good at keeping on top of it recently.
Yeah, it weren't too bad. But it was more just like 8 hours of like, just
Hard graft.
yeah, and so it's nice and clean.
But talking about going from the Ilsley family,
Yep.
you then spent the day with my family.
Yeah.
Up
Up the shrimpers.
Up the shrimp.
Up the shrimps.
Yeah, we went to the playoff final. Do you know what? I put those like that little video's done all right. Of
Really?
The playoff final. Yeah, like it did all right. Did the rounds on old tickers. Went to the playoff final with my stepdad. My mum called me and was like, he was so chuffed.
Really?
Yeah, that the three of us went.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I had a really good time.
I
I
had a really
texted
good
him the
time.
next day saying thanks. I actually said I was like, I'll have to come and to their ground and actually watch.
Have you never been to
home
Roots
game.
Hall?
No, I didn't even know what it was called. What's it?
Roots Hall.
Roots Hall.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah. Like, so he said, I texted him saying thanks the next day, and he was like, oh, I'll
We'll do that then. We'll put a date in the diary.
Yeah,
And we'll go down.
He said he'll try and get some tickets. So I'll be well keen for that.
Try and get some tickets. They're not hard to come by.
Oh, they're
Like,
not.
Well, I mean, I
Or
don't
like
think
that I can go to or
Right,
whatever.
Yeah. all right, well, I'll text him and we'll get a couple in the diary. Because do you know what? Going to Roots Hall in Southend is like old school football. You know
I
how
like
like the Premier League now is like a commodity. It's been massively commoditized, and it's going more and more towards like the American type vibe. You know, especially the big clubs. Like when you go to West Ham now, obviously around Stratford, it's all corporates and big like big companies that in Stratford, right, rather than the old school little pubs and what it used to be. But then you go to Southend and it throws you back in that grassroots type football.
Yeah. Well, the state. Well, how many does it hold? Like 5,000 or something?
No,
not even that.
They had 8,000 in there on Boxing Day.
Oh, so no more than that. Or?
Well, I don't know how. No, I reckon you probably got a few more in there. Hang on. Roots Hall capacity. Let's have a look.
Yeah, I'll be well up for that.
Roots. Well,
I was gutted they lost. Actually,
do you know what?
I was quite
invested
when it came to extra time. When
12,392.
When they were drawing in extra time, I was really, really invested. Well, no, sorry, actually, in extra time, I was really invested.
Right. Okay.
I was like, we got
this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it was good though. Like it was funny to go up.
I said at half time that I said there's no way Southend aren't conceding
at half time.
Did you remember? And because you said, I don't know, I think we'll be lucky. Or I was like, they've just had their Oldham were having way too many chances. I was like, there's no way that
it won't.
It was, and then we missed it. It was a penalty, wasn't it?
It was a penalty, yeah. Yeah. Do you know what always gets me as well about that? The half time seems to go so quick when you go in for a beer, doesn't it?
Yeah, I know.
Do you know what I mean? Like you
end up having to just
neck it,
see it off. But that's why you got to go early. But then you aren't missing the game. It's meant to, innit? 15 minutes is not enough time
to get a pint. No,
15. It's normally a 15-minute queue to get a pint.
Yeah, yeah. Because we had just got a beer and it was like, it's kicking off again.
Yeah.
So
then we missed the goal as we were walking out.
But I actually quite enjoyed going to in Baker Street as well, going to the Weatherspoons before.
Oh yeah,
Just like all the Southend fans in there. Obviously, where they don't
You'll
get
have
to Wembley.
Your family friend was up on.
He was up on Sherlock Holmes.
You can put a little image of that in.
Yeah, I will. Phil is a lifelong Southend supporter. Like he used to live walking distance from the ground. He always went. If you ask him, he went when he was a little lad. Then he's gone the whole way through. So. Yeah, he's always followed Southend, and when we was in the pub, he was like, "Oh yeah, the tradition is we dress the Sherlock Holmes statue and we sing Sherlock is a shrimper." Naturally, so he was like, at some point, everyone will get together to dress up Sherlock Holmes. To which it happened, but they didn't have much clobber, so Phil took his Southend United shirt off. Basically, I've got a brilliant photo of him just hanging off this Sherlock statue with his rig out. You can't beat a little bit of wholesome Southend United fun, can you? We went from sitting in the Ilshley's garden, being very sophisticated, looking at their what do you call it? What do they have out the back?
Terrace? Or?
No. What's their little where they?
Oh,
Steve's got allotment. Yeah, so we went from sitting out looking at nice allotments to watching Phil swing off a statue in London with his top off. But yeah, I'll stick that up. And then in the ground, obviously. Do you know what got me actually about the game? I was going to say this to you. How many people got rattled by those little kids? That was wild, wasn't it?
I find that mental. But is that because they just don't experience that at
I have no clue
at the home ground? Because I'd say it's quite common. What gets me about football is the little kid, like their mouths.
Oh right,
some of the stuff they say,
and
they're all doing like the wanker sign.
And they're like 8 to 12
mental.
years old.
Yeah. But because they need to be careful because that'll bite them in the arse one day. They'll do that to the wrong person and they'll get thumped. Well, when they're older, obviously not when they're kids, but
they were close with getting thumped when they were kids.
Yeah.
So to paint a picture for people, we're sat kind of 2 rows in front of like the boxes, the old and Wembley had given one of the boxes to Oldham fans and right behind the Southend United fans. So you had a group of there was 4 to 6 kids, something like that, in Oldham shirts, chanting Oldham and giving shit to the Southend United fans. And where they're like like 10-year-old kids. You think that people just ignore them.
Yeah.
But Jesus, it got fruity. It got like there was a group of 50-year-old men that were shouting back at them.
Honestly, I was like, I'll just leave. Just don't even like rise to it.
Don't even
as soon as they
it.
did. I don't think the kids wanted a rise though.
Do you know what? They just think they were
I
I don't know. I felt like they did. I felt like I felt like they were on the wind up. Yeah, I felt like they were looking.
Later on, I don't know because the lad you were sat next to and the guy there.
Yeah. Well, the little kid I was sat next to.
Yeah, they were
giving it back, but the little kid was their age, so it was
yeah,
like,
that's fine. But then the dad was giving it back a little bit.
Yeah.
I turned around to one of the kids at the balcony and I gave it like.
Oh,
they started singing something and I was like that, and then he stopped. Just because he was, I was like, be careful. I was like, no, you don't want to be singing that.
Just don't push it. Yeah. But do you know what? It was a good day out, and well, they were so close. Obviously, they lost. It all fell apart for them in 2 minutes. They were 2-1 up in extra time. Ended up being 3-2 to Oldham, and Southend almost threw the game away in a matter of minutes. But when I was on the train on the way home, because I went out of London separately, like my lot obviously were heading back to Southend with.
Yeah. You got back all right.
I got back super quick. Yeah. My brother wasn't even on the train. They were still queuing. He was like, "You on the train?" I was like, "I'm 10 minutes away."
Oh, really?
He was like, "Fuck."
It took me ages to queue into the station. But then everyone was then queuing. They just had one big funnel.
Uh-huh.
And then you went right to then go to Euston.
Yeah.
And then you carried on straight and then went to Watford.
Right, okay.
So I was just stood on the platform with it was annoying they didn't filter that earlier.
Yeah.
They didn't go, if you go north.
This way.
I know, I flew round, but that was annoying.
Yeah. Well, I kind of had a similar thing. I was joining a queue going the other way, but I was on the train with all the Oldham fans.
Okay.
So,
good job you didn't have a shirt on.
Well, they asked me. They were like, "Are you Southend?" And I said, "I'm Southend." But they were like,
right,
they were great. They, like, I was chatting to them with a similar vibe. They'd followed Oldham. You know, the chap I was speaking to was probably in his late 60s, early 70s, or maybe in his 70s, and he was like, could have gone either way. He was like, it really could have gone either way.
Yeah.
So it was like,
they do not sit there and be like, I'm a Hammers fan.
Huh?
Do you say I'm Hammers?
Well, I did say that. Yeah.
Right.
I said really, like I'm a West Ham United fan because my uncle started taking me when I was about 8 or 9. So I've grown up a West Ham fan, but my stepdad is a Southend United fan, so I've kind of got a foot in both camps, which I kind of think's all right.
Yeah, no, it is. And you were
all
also born in Southend, right?
Yeah, Southend Hospital.
So,
yeah,
there you are.
Right round the corner from Root Salt.
There you are. And I was born in Watford, so I'm a Watford fan.
Yeah, it makes sense. But there we go. Good day out. Good day out for the Shrimpers. Good day out cycling. Do you know what? I was fucking shattered on Monday.
Really?
Oh,
yeah,
mate,
I
was so tired. Like, because when you do a 200, well, when you're out cycling and you're burning all those calories and you're fucking dehydrating, the next thing you don't want to do is then go and sink 5 pints the next day and dehydrate yourself.
Yeah.
Like, I've not told you this. I had a tension headache in my head for a week.
Well, from holding your head up?
From cheering. Like, when we celebrated for the first Southend United goal. And, mate, I'm not even joking, right?
What? A tension headache? I've never heard of it. So,
basically...
You celebrated so hard.
Celebrated so hard, mate. that I've had a headache all week. I'm not even lying. Like, so I celebrated, and up here on my neck, it just went like... It's almost like the muscle that connects to the back of my head.
Oh, is that...
I've strained it.
Oh,
like
so
coming up here,
you get that sharp pain,
and my neck was hurting up here, and where it felt like it was connected to my head, I've just had a pain there. Are you
just gonna keep poking me in the head?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep poking you in the head all week. Take the piss out of me, all week. So I've been sat there with the old massage gun, the Bob and
on
Brad,
the back of your head,
on the back of my head, going.
Oh, careful!
Why?
Well, because you'd be losing brain cells doing that.
Wow. My mum says you can't lose what you ain't got. So
got to gain some.
Yeah, might knock something into
Split them up.
But yeah, honestly, I've had a tension headache all week. What was I going to say?
I've never heard of that.
Google it.
So when you try really hard, you get a tension headache.
Yeah,
I've only ever known you to get one, so you're not trying hard enough.
So I've had that tension headache, but I reckon it comes from. I reckon it goes back to when I fell off my moped when I was 16. Because I've had that day I fell off that moped about 5 times in a year.
I forgot you had a moped.
Yeah. I was cool, mate. I fell off that moped about 5 times in the space of a year, and this time was I'd woken up late for work on a Saturday, and I worked in Southend in the Sainsbury's and Southend High Street, and I was like, shit, I'm late. Got my clobber on. I had these like moped shorts. I didn't wear all the moped trousers. I didn't wear all the time. I wore jeans a lot of the time. But this day, because I was running late, I just put the jacket on, helmet on, gloves, off I went, shooting down towards Southend, and I think I hit a wet drain at about 60 mile an hour, because that moped was de-restricted, so it used to do 62 on the flat.
Bloody hell.
Oh, mate, do you know what? I had a friend called Jamie Lee. And you know Peachy, don't you? Do you know Peachy? Peachy and Jamie had peds, and they'd de-restricted theirs. So they did mine. I tell you what, first time I went on it, and it went from 30 to 62, I got off and I was shaking. And Jamie was like, oh, you get used to it, mate. I was like, my hands were, I was like, oh my God, it goes so quick now. And they're like, oh, you'll get used to that. Which weirdly you do. And anyway, I hit this drain, come off. Obviously, it was early doors, so no one was around, but the moped skidded along the floor. I've skidded along the floor. I'm in trousers that are like, you know, school trousers, Sainsbury's work trousers. They're like, it's got, ripped all those trousers, bleeding everywhere. And I ended up having physio on my neck. And when I do neck stretches, they were cracking, and the woman was like, oh no, it's fine. So I've always done neck things, and my neck's always cracked. And then anyway, fast forward 17 years, I cheer at the shrimpers, and it comes back to bite me. I'm paralysed. Oh dear. There we go.
Who'd have thought?
Yeah, big weekend. Right, little break.
Yep.
Stretch your legs.
Can do.
And then we go again.
Come on, candidates, just Giig a rest.
Other thing I've not told you about.
Go on.
Cars back on the road.
Cars back on the road.
Yeah, cars road legal again now. After after drama.
Are you going to tell the world what happened?
The MOT ran out.
When? Wait, we'll leave it.
Basically, I checked my MOT. I was like, my MOT runs out soon. And it had already run out.
You got March and May confused.
I got March and May confused. Yeah, that's bad, isn't it? 2
You got
months.
March and May confused. Oh, right. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, MA. I knew it was MA. So I was like, oh, my MOT's coming up. I was like, oh, that's expired. To be fair, as soon as I knew it expired, I
You got it sorted.
Yeah, I got it sorted. Stopped driving it. But yeah, that was £1,000.
Have you £1,000?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
New tyre, right? You know, you looked at my tyres, you're like, oh, you'll be fine, your tyres are fine. New tyre, 180 quid.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did
Madness. Apparently it had a cut. I'd driven over something that had cut through to the core, so it wasn't actually that it had worn.
Yeah.
It was that there was something cutting right down to the
so you just gone for one new tyre?
Yeah, they were like, you just need one new tyre to get through its MOT because something's cut through to I can't remember, the thread or something they said.
Right.
Which they said
failed,
failed.
like the beading. And
they said fails an MOT. But apart from that, I had to get the windscreen redone.
Yep.
So got matey. Oh, do you know what, right?
Is that included in that price?
No.
Bloody hell.
No, yeah, the grand. Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah, I was going to say.
400 quid for the windscreen.
Yeah.
Because the windscreen's got automated, it's heated, and it's got automated window wipers, so that's not cheap. This is the thing, I bought a silly car. But, and then, 600 quid for the MOT and the tyre and all that. So, and the service and stuff.
Back on the road.
Back on the road. But the geezer that come to do the
windscreen.
Yeah. Gave him a cup of tea with a knob. No,
oh, yeah.
No,
Right.
No, I didn't.
That would have been funny.
Do you know what? I should have thought about it. But he come to do the windscreen, and they were really good actually, right? There's this company called Budget Windscreens, because I was like, I need budget. I need budget.
I need a windscreen on a budget. I know.
Budget
windscreens.
So I'm going to give Budget Windscreens a bit of a shout out, to be fair. They really easy to deal with, and then they come with the price. It was like 400 quid. They send you a PayPal, so you got to do it up front. So it's a little bit like, I'm going to chuck 400 quid on this. Like, is it going to pay off, basically? And online, though, on their Trustpilot, they've got like 2,800 reviews.
A few more than us, then.
Yeah, only 2 or 3. So they've got 2,000. So it's like pretty safe bet. Rated 4.9 star. Anyway, did it. So they say, cool, geezer will turn up. And turned up. The message I got before, though, was like, please be aware. The email I got was like, please be aware, the car must be undercover because if it rains, we can't replace the windscreen. And I read that and I was like, I paid now. And I was like, I bet you what's going to happen is it's going to piss it down. They're going to say, sorry, mate, you haven't put it undercover. Your fault, we told you. on it. You know, when you go, this is budget windscreens, right? They're not going to be flexible. Anyway, guy turns up, fixes it. So it's fine, but snaps the trim on the car.
Right.
So I've got 2 black panels running up that go around the windscreen, and as he's taken one off, he snapped it in half. So he's broken it, and he's like, "No worries, mate. Budget windscreens will replace it for you, and it'll all be sorted." And he was really genuine, seemed like a really nice bloke. He drove off, and I thought, do you know what? I should have taken a video or something with him here as evidence that he was here when it snapped. Because I said, I thought, I bet you, I'm going to go back to budget windscreens.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say, your mechanic snapped this. And they're going to go, no, he didn't.
But I think they normally, when they turn up, they take pictures of the car.
Do you know what? Right. Well, I didn't see any of that, but actually they do have a little talk, because the second guy that came,
so they said they would.
Do you know what, mate? I emailed them, and I thought this is going to be I just thought this is going to be a fucking nightmare, innit? I'm now I'm not going to be able to use my car because the thing snapped, and it's going to be. But they were good as gold.
Really,
they fixed the windscreen on the Tuesday. On the Tuesday, they came and replaced the frame on the Friday.
Nice.
The geezer emailed me back saying, "No worries, we've ordered the part. It'll be with you Friday."
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Good as gold.
So if your car's ever being picked up or valeted or anything,
yeah,
they'll take pictures of it before,
right,
so that people don't go, hang on a minute,
right.
These had like black alloys on it before, you know, and they expect you to then.
Yeah.
They cover themselves.
Okay.
So
well, the second geezer that came showed me the tool that they use,
right,
and they're like micromanaged. So when they get there, the app pings them to be like, start the job, and then they have to do the things.
Right.
And then it's like, start the job, and then you have to do the end the job, and then you have to take the photos of the end the job, and like it literally clocks you in and clocks you out. So I was like, I need a tool like that for you and Samwise.
Right. Yeah. Start the job.
Yeah. I'm going to start getting you two to take photos every morning when you're sat at your laptop. Morning selfie. I mean, Andy, the selfies you've sent me this week, you're wearing the same T-shirt in every in every single one. But yeah, so that's it. We're back. We're road legal,
back on the road.
Which means that when we go on our travels next week, or in a couple of weeks, we've got a car. Because you've got no car. I had a car that wasn't road legal.
Yeah, I know.
And
I'm hoping to try and sort this car.
We've got some events coming up.
My car situation. Soon. I'm looking.
But yeah. There you go. They got a couple of events coming up. I was going to say to you as well, I got a really nice message from one of the recruiters on the platform recently. I helped him out with his data transfer. I think I will probably post this on LinkedIn. It's one of those that you can probably do a post and see if I can get any attention for it. But he sent me like a really nice thank you, because he called me up and he was in like a proper stress. And obviously we bring the data into the system for them, right? With the CSV. But he was having like all sorts of formatting issues.
Right, okay.
It was just a mess, basically. So I spent some time helping, and he said to me, "Hey mate, appreciate your help and time yesterday. You'll probably understand that sometimes there's no one I can turn to for help. I'm currently making progress based on your advice. It's working slowly. Thank you so much."
Nice.
Yeah. Well, that was cute.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, get out on socials.
I will get out on socials. But we're close now with Customisation as well.
Nice.
Yeah. Super close.
That's exciting. That's been lingering over us for a while.
Yeah. It's been a nightmare. But I think it will be really good when that goes. And so far, early days, obviously, but it's been a good start to June.
Yeah. Yeah, nice. Do you want to save that to the next pod?
Can do. You want to wrap it up here?
I will. Well, I was going to say the only thing I was going to add is we can. Well, it's up to you. I don't mind. We can carry on. Yeah, don't worry. I'll just make this weird. You have to cut this out.
Are you okay? Have you had a meltdown?
No, yeah, I think so.
Why? What's happened?
Let me have a drink.
I don't know what you want to do now. You seem caught like a rabbit in headlights.
I am a rabbit in headlights. What were you saying?
We can wrap it up, mate. Let's wrap it up and go again.
Yeah. I was going to say the next one.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll move
Yeah.
on. Let's get it done.
That's a short and sweet pod, that one.
Well, we've had no work chat, have we? That's why. But
No.
next week. Oh,
See you next week.
I'm so happy you had a little meltdown at the end.
Spit out. I've got one more thing for this one. Just a quick thing. So, have you been watching Clarkson's Farm?
Ah, yeah. Do you know what? I should have mentioned this. Yes, is the answer.
Because I've decided
Yeah.
you are like Jeremy.
Do you think?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because
I don't know if that's a good thing or bad.
because he has
I did a thing.
nicknames for everyone.
Does he?
Jeremy everyone has a nickname. Cheerful Charlie.
Yeah.
Like everyone has a nickname. Have you
I've
seen the pig in this one? The little pig.
Richard Ham.
Richard Ham. Yeah. So, I mean, everyone's got a little nickname. So I've been watching it thinking, so the more and more I watch this, the more I think that you're like Jeremy Clarkson.
Right. Okay. And the rest of and that would make Samwise Caleb. That would,
Because Samwise knows what he's doing and just cracks on with it.
and helps me out.
Yeah.
That would make you Gerald.
which for me about a minute ago, yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, it actually does.
I couldn't get my bloody words out. Had a meltdown. There's me, Gerald. Good at building a wall.
Yeah. Knows what he likes doing and sticks to it.
Yeah.
Just simple processes.
Cycling.
Does them over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Samwise is like Caleb. Comes in and has a go at me for getting it all wrong. And cheerful is
What would Phil be?
That leaves Phil to be
The builder.
Alan. Do you know what? I love Alan.
I like Alan.
Alan's my favourite, I think. But do you know what? It's funny that you say about me being Jeremy, because I don't know if I like being compared to Jeremy Clarkson. If I'm completely honest, doesn't give me much faith in like. No, he's obviously a clever guy, but there is in
here he is. Oh, he's obviously really clever. He is a really clever guy.
I do get excited when I do stuff though. You know, when he's like, "I did a thing."
Yeah.
Like, I do that.
Yeah, and then like the whole changing that the bike puncture thing we were talking about earlier,
making it worse.
It's a very him thing.
Yeah, fine. In season 1, there's an episode called Wilding when he wants to make he sets off to like improve the farm for the wildlife.
Yeah.
And he basically just makes
destroys it and then gets something stuck. And,
I can relate to that. I can genuinely relate to like trying to having an idea and thinking this is gonna be fantastic, and then people just being like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Like I genuinely can. I can relate to that. That's why typically I stay out of things. That's why, like you say, with the puncture, I actually made it worse rather than making it better. Because you rescued me.
Yep.
When I had the puncture, I put that on LinkedIn, right? I put the link on LinkedIn, the picture of me sat on the floor while you were saving me, and then I put the video of the big cycle on LinkedIn, and in there I talk about the puncture, and Dan commented on it saying, "Oh, at least this time you're helping. Like, at least this time, last time you were sat on the floor doing nothing. This time, at least you're helping fix the puncture." And I was like, "Well, mate, it is worse than that."
Yeah.
Because he's an avid cyclist. I was like, I squeezed the disc brakes and he got like loads of laughy faces underneath. So I was like, I actually made it worse.
So of course. He'll actually get the annoyance
he
of
loves
that.
cycling.
That's jokes. Yeah. I missed that comment.
Yeah, he commented on that post being like, "Well, at least this time you're helping with the puncture."
I squeezed the brakes when the wheel was out.
Yeah, I was like, mate, I'm not going to get too loud because I ended up squeezing the brakes on the disc pads. I was only asked to hold the bike.
That's so funny. Fuck. Oh, I missed that comment. That was funny.
I'll show it to you. Oh, but thanks for comparing me to Jeremy.
No worries, mate.
That's a nice way to end the pod.
Yeah, you return the favour by calling me Gerald. So,
You do.
And then it's going to say,
it is funny.
And then we'll see you there. And
I think
see you next week. Did you get that last bit? See you next week.
See you next week. Very good.
Yeah. On that note,
I'm glad you brought me back.
You bought.
I'm glad you brought me back. I was off.
Yeah, yeah.
Well
done, mate, for getting your words out of this.
And you're going alone. You've got your LinkedIn account and your mobile phone. You've got the candidates playing hard to get. Whether they'll call you next week or a no, not yet. So much time of going to and fro. You got another offer or salary's too low. Hours or searching and hours of stress. Come on, candidates, just gig it a rest. Come on, candidates, just gig it a rest.